If I find out that this show is called Britain's Tastiest Celebrity, I will not be happy.
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're looking at the ways British telly has deteriorated since the turn of the century. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Streaming competition.
You say this woman's stalking you?
Yeah, she comes to my work, she comes to my house, she sends me emails like all the time.
More and more, we're seeing global streaming companies like Netflix and Amazon producing British shows that we're shocked weren't commissioned by a terrestrial broadcaster. Shows like Adolescence and Baby Reindeer took over the world, sweeping various award shows.
Police! Get down on the floor!
Now, it would be unfair to say that British TV isn't producing its fair share of quality dramas. Blue Lights and Happy Valley have been hugely popular here, they just haven't been exported.
Jamie Miller.
What's going on?
The time is 6:15 a.m. and I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder.
But we can't imagine that commissioners at the BBC, Channel 4 and ITV are happy about Netflix picking up a program like Adolescence and getting all that buzz and all those Emmys. But at least the BBC kept hold of Fleabag.
Alright, that's enough, Martha.
You've made an enemy of me, reindeer. Make
Martha.
no mistake about it.
Subscriptions.
This Black Friday, go ad-free with ITVX for just £2 a month for 2 months.
One of the most bizarre TV developments in recent years is subscriptions for ITV and Channel 4. While if you watch the BBC either live or on demand, you're already paying a subscription fee, in a way, via the TV license, ITV and Channel 4 have now introduced monthly subscription options. Other streamers like Channel 5 and You haven't quite gone this way yet. But if you hate the ads on ITVX or My4, you can pay a subscription and get 4 Plus and ITVX Premium.
Stream ad-free for just £2 a month for 2 months.
In the case of ITV, they also put some of their box sets behind the paywall. This is part of the slow demise of BritBox, which is now all rolled into ITVX Premium in the UK.
Welcome to the great big box of British box sets.
Free TV license rollbacks.
Downing Street has taken aim at the BBC, confirming they're considering scrapping the licence fee for a subscription model.
For years, over 75s were eligible for a free TV licence funded by the BBC. But in 2020, all that changed, and free TV licenses for pensioners were almost completely abolished. If you're over 75 and claiming pension credits, you can still get the free license, but because of this caveat, it's now means tested when it wasn't before.
And this is what's happening already. High inflation. Consumer prices rose 5.4% in the 12 months to December last year. That's the highest rate in nearly 30 years.
This was a policy implemented by the Tories, so there were hopes that the Labour government might reverse it, but this hasn't been the case. Apparently, it saves the BBC an estimated £500 million per year, but adds yet another expense for the UK's elderly population amidst the ever-increasing cost of living.
But there are other factors too, like tax rises and changes to benefits. All of this is affecting the cost of living.
No more satire.
The most commonly used animals are zebras, hurrying between offices with documents pinned to their bodies.
When was the last time you saw some proper political satire on UK TV? Decades ago, we had incisive programs like The Young Ones, Spitting Image, and even Brass Eye into the 90s. But it's rare that you'll see any scripted comedy shows today that have the bites you want from effective satire.
Jess Phillips, I need your help. I'm supposed to be the star of the Labour Party conference, but Angela Rayner's been getting all the attention.
'Cause she shows some bloody passion, Kia.
Spitting Image was revived back in 2020, but was short-lived and is now on its 3rd iteration exclusively on YouTube. The reboot was also abysmal and nowhere near as ruthless as the original. There are plenty of good scripted comedies if you know where to look, mostly Channel 4, but they don't have that edge that some of the 20th century's best shows did.
The evil in our relationship remains a paradox. If you plot number of animals abused against what makes people cruel versus intelligence of either party, the pattern is so unreadable you might as well draw in a chain of fox heads on sticks.
Too many game shows.
Alex isn't a traitor, straight up. She's my girlfriend. We came in here as a couple.
The success of The Traitors seems to have ushered in a bizarre new era of broadcasters trying to make the next game show phenomenon, with more of a focus on social experiments than the talent shows that have mostly fallen out of fashion, although not entirely.
Defend yourself! Defend yourself!
I don't. We're getting shooting. They've been coming and doing nothing.
We've now got programs like The Inheritance and Destination X, with pages upon pages of rules and game meta for contestants to wrap their heads around.
The 4 remaining players are within touching distance of the £100,000 prize.
Even in the TV quiz sphere, programs have got more and more obtuse as they all vie to dethrone The Chase, with the 1% Club fronted by Lee Mack being the only one that's actually gotten close lately.
It wouldn't be digged by the bush, surely, would it?
I don't know, but you wouldn't want any of that covered in garlic or mustard, that's for sure.
Killing CBBC.
The BBC has announced it plans to stop broadcasting the CBBC channel on TV in the future.
It's easy for adults without kids to say they don't care about CBBC and CBeebies getting less and less investment. But if you think about it for more than 5 minutes, you'll realize that getting rid of children's provisions is nothing short of cruel. In 2022, it was announced that CBBC was on the chopping block and was going to be shifted online, despite 2025 numbers revealing that 4.5 million Brits still don't have internet access at home.
The BBC says that young people prefer to stream things online rather than watch it on TV.
BBC 4 was also in the firing line, set to become digital. Luckily, these decisions were reversed in 2024, but the woes haven't ended for CBBC. It's since been announced that Blue Peter, the longest-running children's show in the world, is ending live broadcasts.
The changes are also part of plans to save the company money. However, the TV channel won't end for at least another 3 years.
Panel show overload.
Well, he's placed 10% tariff on these islands near Antarctica where the only inhabitants are penguins. The penguins are there like, what did we do?
The Naughties had just enough classic panel shows to keep viewers from getting fatigued, with titans like Mock the Week, Nevermind the Buzzcocks, QI, and Have I Got News for You all ruling the roost. But while Mock the Week has ended, dozens of other panel shows have sprung up.
Well, you said you wanted something figure-hugging. This is our producer, Phil.
They've also barely changed the formats in decades and, despite many being highly topical, are repeated ad nauseum. Even the top panel show of them all, Taskmaster, might be running its course, with the latest rosters of celebs being largely unknown stand-ups and C-list actors. Not to mention that with 2 series a year and a New Year's special, there might simply be too much.
Okay, question 1. What is the largest species of rodent? What is the largest species of rodent?
Not that. It's not a mouse.
Pointless celebrity shows.
Celebrities, in a moment, you'll be stripping down to your swimwear and getting into one of these holes.
No longer do we just want to see celebrities get covered in insects in the Australian jungle. Now, broadcasters seem to think we'll watch absolutely anything if it's got some of those semi-famous faces in it. Most recently, there have been shows like Freeze the Fear with Wim Hof, and Shark, Celebrity-Infested Waters, where you can watch stars like Gabby Logan and Lenny Henry either swim in some cold water or go scuba diving with sharks.
You just get eaten by a shark. That's a hell of a story at the funeral, isn't it?
They claim to be at least semi-educational, but we sincerely doubt that anybody was that gripped by whether or not comedian Ross Noble got his leg bitten off. Especially since if it had happened, the show would have been cancelled before airing.
I don't want to do it.
Don't do it.
Very good. I love it.
You're learning. Yes.
Here's a good one.
Endless scandals.
The BBC is facing questions about why Hugh Edwards, having been suspended, remained on a full salary and had a £40,000 pay rise.
It's not like TV in the 20th century was free of scandal, but these days, it seems like every 6 months, a massive star finds themselves at the end of their career, largely due to their own actions. Just in the 2020s, we've seen the demise of top broadcasters like Philip Schofield, Gino D'Acampo, Greg Wallace, David Walliams, and even Hugh Edwards, once the BBC's top-paid newsreader.
Now, in the newspaper, I can see the complaints coming from a handful of middle-class women of a certain age just from Celebrity MasterChef.
It seems like if you're a man in showbiz, your days are numbered, and you're inevitably going to be replaced by one or more women who, generally speaking, don't sexually harass their colleagues or download illegal images onto their computers.
How old was this young man when you first had any kind of sexual contact with him?
20.
Reality TV.
Gemma's your ex? Definitely. Which is hardly surprising because you slept with her sister. I don't know, Jeremy.
Just when you thought the cursed era of reality TV was coming to an end, ITV only went and revived Big Brother one more time. Yes, in 2023, the Big Brother house was back on our screens, with the celebrity edition inevitably following. The dawn of Big Brother in the early 2000s, which began in the Netherlands, changed television forever, and probably for the worse. In recent years, we've had more contentious, scandal-hit shows, chief among them Love Island, which has been associated with the deaths of multiple former stars. But at least the Jeremy Kyle show hasn't been rebooted since its 2019 cancellation, so that's one small victory. Let us know in the comments the way you think telly has declined, or perhaps the way you think it's actually improved lately.